Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate world. Today we're diving into a proxy statement from Hills Bancorporation. Think of this document as a shareholder's manual for an upcoming company vote. Get ready for some boardroom buzz and a sneak peek at who's who at Hills. I'm just kidding, you will most likely fall asleep during this. So what's this all about? Hills Bancorporation is having their annual shareholders meeting. This is when the owners of the company, the shareholders, get to vote on important stuff like who gets to be on the board of directors and how much the executives get paid. First up, they need to elect 6 members to their board of directors. Basically, the people who oversee the company's big decisions. The current class of directors are retiring and new members are joining the board. Directors Sigmiller and Yoda are retiring because they have reached the board's required retirement age of 72. Therefore, they will be retiring from the board effective at the 2025 annual meeting. Christy L. Fisher, Michael D. Jensen, and Thomas M. Slattery have been nominated to serve 3-year terms as new members of the board of directors. Next, shareholders get to give an advisory vote on how much the big bosses, the executives, are getting paid. It's like a thumbs up or thumbs down on the company's pay packages. The shareholders get to vote if they endorse the company's executive compensation programs. Finally, there's a vote on which accounting firm the company uses. This firm makes sure Hills Bancorporation is keeping honest books. If you own shares on March 3rd, you get to vote. It's 1 vote for each share you had back then. Want to read the fine print? Everything is available online for shareholders to view, which is good to be as informed as possible before you make decisions regarding what the company is doing. Let's meet the nominees for the board of directors. It includes Michael Hodge, president and shareholder of Hodge Construction Company. He's been on the board since 2000. Also, there is Casey Peck, general manager and chief financial officer at Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company, and John Phelan, owner of a wholesale wine distributor. He has been a member since 2007. Christy Fisher is the president of Kirkwood Community College. Michael Jensen is a realtor broker, and Thomas Slattery is the president of Heritage Associates Corporation. Emily Hughes is a professor at the University of Iowa College of Law. Anne-Marie Rhodes is a emeritus professor of nursing. James Schmidt is the managing director of James C. Schmidt Consulting, LLC, and Lisa Shalini is the president and chief executive officer of the company effective January 1, 2025. The serving members to the next annual meeting include Thomas Wheel, president, dealer and operator of Wheel Motor Company, Michael Donovan, a farmer, Kirsten Frey, attorney and senior vice president, and Amy Sparks, an associate professor in the University of Iowa, Roy J. and Lucille A. Carver College of Medicine. The board of directors has committees, like the audit committee, which is responsible for the engagement of the independent registered public accounting firm, and the compensation and incentive stock committee, which makes decisions about executive pay and bonuses. It's designed to make sure the people in charge are doing a good job and getting paid fairly. The company has all standing committees, which can be a lot of work depending on how active they are. How much do these directors make? The chairperson of the board makes $25,125 a year. A board member makes $19,000. Board meetings earn $430 and $730. And any committee attended earns $470. Who owns the most stock? According to the SEC filing, Hills Bank and Trust Company, as trustee of the Employee Stock Ownership Plan, owns over 670,000 shares, or 7.47% of the company. Not bad for an employee plan. Emily Hughes has the most at 242,234, or 2.70% of the company. Dwight Siegmiller has 259, or 2.87% of the company. 9, or 2.87% of the company. The Securities and Exchange Act of 1934 requires the company's directors, executive officers, and persons who own more than 10% of a registered class of the company's equity securities to file reports of ownership and changes in ownership of such securities with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The company believes that all filing requirements applicable to the directors and executive officers were complied with during 2024. Business relationships are common. The bank has an agreement with OC Group LC under which it leased 5,845 square feet of space in Old Capitol Town Centre. Michael Hodge has a 17.65% ownership interest in OC Group LC, the owner of Old Capitol Town Centre. So one of the board members is also the landlord. That's something to keep an eye on. Now let's talk about how much the executives get paid. The goal of the company is to attract, develop, and retain high-caliber executives who are capable of increasing the company's performance for the benefit of its shareholders, while maintaining the philosophy of community banking. The company has structured its compensation program to reward current and long-term goals. The Compensation and Incentive Stock Committee is in charge of making sure everyone is getting paid fairly based on how well the company is doing. The forms of compensation paid in 2024 are salaries, cash bonuses, employee stock ownership program, profit sharing, participation in the stock option and incentive plan, participation in the employee stock purchase program, life insurance and accidental death and dismemberment benefits and perks. The company has never timed the release of important news to make the stock price go up or down right before giving out stock options. Time for the numbers. This part shows exactly how much the top folks got paid. The Securities and Exchange Commission requires the disclosure of the ratio of the median employee for fiscal year 2024 was 13.65 to 1 to Dwighty Sigmiller, the president and principal executive officer. Got paid a salary of $6,115,063, $8,1015, $6,647, $6,647, $206,000, made $246,400. Brian Gleb-Bakar, another senior vice president, took home $257,400. Brian Globakar, another senior vice president, took home $257,400. Brian Globakar, another senior vice president, took home $257,400.07. And 52nd, the senior vice president, made $247,506. And Lisa Shalini, president and chief operating officer, was paid $64,085, or was paid $4,085. Anthony Rotland and Lisa Shalini each were granted 1,000 shares of stock in July. Lisa Shalini has 4,300 of stock that has not been vested, valued at $309,600. Not bad for potential value in the future if that stock increases. The financial performance measures used in determining compensation is net income, net interest margin, return on average assets, return on average equity, and the efficiency ratio. The audit fees totaled $635,321 for 2024. For 2023, the fees totaled $368. They attained $68. The nature of reportings to be true and fair. The committee will consider adjusting future awards or recovering past awards in the event of a material restatement of the company's financial results. This is the committee keeping things in check to make sure they are not overpaying. That's it for this Hills Bancorporation shareholder proxy statement. Twythand, he Jafrofty for P, he fake and subscribe seg and E and court. Kifrenson keeping its corporate governance in order. The executive pay seems reasonable given the size and complexity of the organization, and it's good to see that the company is committed to sound risk management and ethical practices. With the addition of new members, the board appears well prepared to guide the company through its next phase of growth and development. Of course, as with any investment, there are always risks, and it's important for shareholders to stay informed and make their own decisions. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like and subscribe.